Yo, I'm back with another video. You know, I got my vibe right. I got my energy. I just ate a sensu bean, so you know I am lit right now. But anyways, right, today I have a special reaction video for you guys. The most spoiledest brats in the world. The most spoiled ass little kids. Mad because they got the wrong color car. Shit like that, you know. It's cool to spoil kids, you know what I'm saying, or be a spoiled kid. But when you're ungrateful about it, and that's a different issue. And today we're just gonna react, you know what I'm saying. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Join my Discord. The link should be in the description. Follow me on Instagram. The link probably is gonna be in the description too. Cause I'm trying to get my followers up actually this time. To be honest, I don't care too much, but you should follow me over there if you want to stay engaged. That Smash or Pass video I was talking about, it will be out by like Tuesday next week. We're gonna record it in a couple of days. Like last time I was outside. If you joined my Instagram live, you would know. I went live. My room got cleaned that day, and my battery didn't know where it was at until now. But without further ado, we're gonna jump straight into the video.
Just got some top from this stripper bitch. She from Cake Kick, just bought a Glock with a ruler clip. Boy, don't play with me, this bitch a hoe. Met her at the stove, you know how it goes.
Everyone had a friend growing up who was given everything they ever wanted. At the time, you were jealous, but growing up, you learned to appreciate the way your own upbringing molded your character. Because those overindulged kids turned out to be horrible brats. These are the type of spoiled kids this video is talking about. I'm not going to be talking about all the pampered kids out there. I know, there are lots of them, but most of them still grew up to be decent human beings. Instead, let's focus on the bitter ones, whose fortunate upbringing has dramatically damaged their character for the worse. Number 10, Sherilyn Futch. According to her mom, Sherilyn has blown $100,000 on clothes, makeup, fast...
What the fuck? Your mama got that bag on her.
Cars, and fine dining. She has an unbelievable 17 credit cards, all maxed out.
What the hell, boy?
And by her own count, is $25,300 in debt. She says that being able to go out and buy whatever she wants makes her happy. One time,
who is she? Because shit, I need a sugar mommy. Your boy did that too. I need some new video games, all of that. I need some new J's. Where's she at?
when she was taken to Disney World on vacation, she was upset she didn't get fine dining, so she pushed her mom's fish fillet in her face. But Sherilyn...
That's wild as shit. But you will be a good sugar mama.
Says that it's not her fault, because her lazy, moody, and mean mother raised her to be that way. In her own defense, she said, "I blame her because growing up I didn't have to do anything." Which is ironic, because clearly that meant her mom made a lot of sacrifices. But when asked if she appreciates any of it, she replied,
"No, you don't. No."
Ain't that one girl that they made go homeless for a day? I don't know what Dr. Phil episode that was. If y'all want me to react to some Dr. Phil clips, let me know.
The best part is when she pawned her family's heirlooms. In need of money, she took her mom's priceless jewelry to the pawn shop and sold it.
Damn.
Then when asked if she appreciated the BMW, she...
If I woke up, my chain was gold, and I see some money in my little bro hand, I'll be very mad. But damn.
was gifted by her parents. She said she would have preferred a Mercedes.
What? I'm using my legs. I'm using straight. These bitches get me from point A to point B. You got a whip? Oh, you crazy. Man, give me a bucket. I am satisfied. I am using my feet to walk from here to my destination.
Her response to it all?
She grew me up, didn't she?
Maybe that time would have been better spent on English lessons. Number 9, Lil Tay. This 9-year-old is a
I made a video about Lil Tay. Go check that out.
Proclaimed rapper who burst onto the scene next to fellow Instagram brat Whoa Vicky at Coachella. Not content being extremely fortunate in life, she's garnered a following by flaunting what could only be her family's wealth in front of other people.
You know, Lil Tay, the biggest flexer of the century. This young mama rant right here on my hands.
Faces, with videos saying things like,
Lil Tay be trapping out a 6-star hotel.
Trapping?
Wow. And I got the iPhone X. What y'all bro just have? Y'all have iPhone 5.
She supposedly drives a $200,000 sports car without a license and has been suspended from Instagram for using the N-word. But the facade all came crumbling down when 2 investigative reporters discovered that the Mercedes she used in her videos was actually her mom's boss's work car, and the 5 houses she claimed to own were empty homes being sold by her mom's real estate company.
Damn.
Number 8.
Toy tantrum. This kid was making such a scene, a bystander did the only logical thing in such a scenario. Film it and post it into YouTube.
Get that cloud.
Supposedly, he was throwing a tantrum over a $3 toy, and he turns into an immovable anchor to try
and... $3 toy? Well, we gotta think about it. If he's like 3 to 4 years old, that's what kids do. I ain't never did no shit like that, because I would've got my ass beat. But, I mean, if you're like over the age of 6, then probably doing too much.
Force his parents to buy it for him. His parents repeatedly tell him to get up, but he just keeps on refusing.
No, please get his hand. Oh my God. No, get up. No, get up. Get his hand. Get up.
One stranger even approaches and attempts to understand what's going on, and exposes the ridiculousness of the situation. Thankfully, nobody bought him the toy in the end. That would have been the worst thing to do, as it would have just rewarded this type of behavior. This clip is sponsored by condoms, no doubt. That kid must have been so spoiled for the majority of his life to act like that, it's just crazy. Number 7?
Is socialite and spoiled brat Brandon Davis, the super wealthy grandson of oil tycoon Marvin Davis and BFF of Paris Hilton. You might know him from previously coining the term fire crotch for nemesis Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan is a fire crotch.
Or calling ex-girlfriend Misha Barton Misha the Heifer.
Hey though, when I get rich, I'm getting lit every day. I'm gonna have some DDG type vlogs going on.
Here are just a few examples of his antics. On one binge, Davis spent $300,000 on a single casino night in Vegas.
That nigga was gambling. You lost all that money gambling. I can never start gambling. Like, I could bet money on like a sports game or something, but damn.
It turns out, though, that he was playing with unpaid markers, which he then refused to pay for. The 2 casinos had to sue him, and a Clark County District Attorney's Office stepped in and ordered Davis to pay off the debt, plus interest, of $323,962. The man who has lived his life without rules has been arrested for cocaine possession, given a DUI after totaling his Mercedes-Benz, and has been checked into rehab twice. He was even arrested back in 2011 for reportedly punching comedian Ben Glebe.
That nigga was not playing no games. Sorry, that nigga.
This is also known by the nickname Greasy Bear, because he has more oil in his hair than comes out of his family's oil wells. Number 6, Conrad Hilton. There had to be a Hilton in here somewhere, and in 6th place is the youngest brother of the famous family, Conrad Hughes Hilton III. In 2014, Conrad was on a flight from London to Los Angeles when he, naturally enough, needed to relax. According to court papers, he repeatedly entered the bathroom to smoke marijuana and tobacco, taking it.
I mean, I don't smoke, so I wouldn't understand, but if you're a smoker, is it really that bad to roll up on the plane? Like, if you're in first class, I know rappers that be in first class, you know what I'm saying, be blowing that thing down, but I don't know.
On himself to disable the smoke alarm on a transatlantic flight.
Hey, that's
when flight attendants attempted to stop him, he shouted, "I am going to effing kill you," and proceeded to punch one of them.
No, that's too far.
He carried on. "I could get you all fired in 5 minutes. I know your boss," the court documents allege. Hilton allegedly told a flight attendant, "My father will pay this out. He's done it before. Dad paid $300,000 last time." During his tirade, Hilton allegedly yelled, "I will effing own anyone in this flight. They are effing peasants." Later, Conrad Hilton, after more antics at court, pled guilty to misdemeanor assault. But there's plenty more where that came from. Like any self-respecting, mega-rich, troubled child, he's totaled at least one car, this time a BMW, in a high-speed police chase.
Oh, he was getting
At 21, he faced a felony charge of reckless evasion of a peace officer. There's no doubt he thinks he's above the law. Since his plain antics, he's violated his probation on multiple counts, including trespassing, failing drug tests, and not completing any of his treatment programs. Oh, and it gets better. Less than a week after receiving his sentence, he was arrested outside the house of his ex-girlfriend for violating the restraining order she had put on him.
That nigga's not playing. Bitch, you not leaving me? Pulled up on her.
Who is his ex-girlfriend? Hunter Daly Salomon, daughter of actress Elizabeth Daly and poker player Rick Salomon. The same Rick Salomon who shot to fame for making a sex tape with Conrad's older sister Paris. Of course, Paris has long been setting an example for Conrad, like when she was escorted by police from the stadium during a World Cup game in 2010 for allegedly smoking marijuana. She's also been arrested with weed at an airport in France, with cocaine in Las Vegas, and famously stormed out of an interview on ABC after being asked whether she was insecure that her fame might be fading. I think that answers the question. Number 5. Vora Yud Uvidhya. He's the Thai grandson of the founder of Red Bull and an international fugitive. In 2012, he allegedly killed a police officer in a hit and run with his Ferrari, dragging...
Damn. I don't know what to say about that, but that nigga brought a new meaning to hit and run.
The man's body 200 meters down the Bangkok street. His family is rich, very rich, and he had his father pay the officer's family $97,000 to stall the civil lawsuit. To put that in perspective, the car involved in the accident was itself worth $1 million. The 27-year-old was then charged with drunk driving, causing death by reckless driving, and escaping arrest, since just a few days after the accident, he fled the country. He's still wanted by Interpol on the federal charges, but nobody knows where he is. Uvidhya's family is worth $5.2 billion, according to Forbes. At this rate, he could run over 53,608 more police officers before he'd be broke. Or one officer a day for the next 146 years.
Damn.
Number 4, Rachel Canning. We've all had arguments with our parents, but have you ever taken your parents to court?
No.
That's exactly what New Jersey teenager Rachel Canning did after her parents stopped supporting her lifestyle. Of course, Rachel was 18 and had moved...
How did they pass this to go to court, though? Like, that's my question. Like, will you follow some... Like, they just say, fuck it, you could go. Like, what?
...out of her home, but she still wanted them to pay her private school tuition, $650 a week in child support, her future college tuition, and, obviously, her legal bills. She claimed her parents were abusive and had contributed to her developing an eating disorder. The judge refused to grant Rachel's request for emergency funds, asking, "Are we going to start opening the gates for 12-year-olds to sue for an Xbox? For 13-year-olds to sue for an iPhone?" You'll be pleased to know that Rachel has since withdrawn the suit and has moved back in with her parents. Number 3, Audrey Lexus. The original spoiled brat of the social media era was Audrey Lexus. Her mom has to take Valium to relieve...
Hey, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know who none of these people are. Lil Tay, but that's about it. Damn.
...the stress of having her as a daughter. She became famous for her tantrum when her mother gave her 16th birthday present too early. What was it? A Lexus, which isn't what she wanted.
Oh, what's that?
What? Happy birthday! That's yours.
Oh, what's that? Oh, most definitely.
What the hell? I want my car now! Don't tell me my car now. I told her not to get it. I wanted to get my party. I didn't want the car. That's not even the car you wanted. But she's such an idiot. She just ruined the whole party. Everything. She just ruined everything.
She stormed out of the party and sent everybody home, canceling the birthday. Hey, Audrey, if you don't want your Lexus, I'd be happy to take it off your hands.
Oh, whoop that.
Number 2, the Beverly Hills Brat. Then there's this girl, the Beverly Hills Brat. Her real name is Nicolette, and as a 15-year-old, she appeared on Dr. Phil with her mom. When her mom lowered her monthly allowance from $5,000 to $1,000, she just went into credit card debt instead. According to Joel, family friend and Nicolette's chauffeur, she doesn't have any friends because of the way she treats people.
How does she treat people?
Like peasants.
Her only future goals are wearing designer clothes, being rich, and not working. When Dr. Phil suggested she should work as a volunteer at a local soup kitchen, she started crying.
I do need a sugar mama, so like, y'all got that bag on y'all, like, if you got that bag on you, DM me, because I need it too.
Crying hysterically from the thought. She has beef with her mom and claims she was never loved as a child, only given money, which probably explains her bad attitude. Even so, her parents finally relented and gave her the $150,000 Mercedes G-Wagon she had always dreamed of, which meant that her mother, a doctor, had to take the bus to work.
Hey, I got
she
the same
probably
Gucci
needs a
backpack.
reality check more than an allowance check. And number 1, Liesl Pritzker-Simmons. Finally, we have a special kind of spoiled child. One that uses her powers for good. The Robin Hood of Brats, if you will. Liesl Pritzker-Simmons, heir to the Hyatt fortune and child actress, sued her father and cousins for $6 billion. Yes, you heard that correctly. She sued her own family for $6 billion.
Yeah, you got kicked off the family. You're not going to no more get-togethers, no more barbecues. No, do black people? Anyways, you ain't going to no more Christmas parties, no get-togethers, none of that.
Dollars. She claimed that they had taken money from trusts that had been established for her and her brother. After dragging on for 3 years, both parties settled the lawsuit, and Liesl walked away with a cool $280 million in cash, as well as control over other.
If I could get just 1% of that, I'll be good for forever. Well, probably not 1%. Like 1% of a million is 100,000. Well, nah, I'm shit. That's why I got a DM app. Let me continue.
Trusts valued at close to $170 million. Her net worth is now upwards of $500 million. So what has she chosen to do with the money she clawed from her parents? Strangely enough, philanthropy. That's what. As well as earmarking $50 million for impact investing, she's given $50 million to start a charitable foundation focusing on
I'll fuck with her though.
education. The rest is invested in fair trade, sustainable, and fossil fuel-free companies.
Hey, cool.
On becoming filthy rich, she escaped her fame and notoriety in the United States to teach yoga to heroin addicts in India, and then to do work doing manual data entry in Tanzania. I didn't earn this money, she says, and I'll be damned if I'm going to screw it up. So, I guess there is hope out there. What do you think? Who was the most annoying, most spoiled, most entitled brat of them all? Let me know in the comments section down below.
Yo, hopefully you guys liked that video. If you didn't like the video, you was a hoe. But anyways, make sure you guys subscribe. Until next time, I'll catch you.